Okay, team. So, firstly, yeah, before we get started with multiple things for the day, so just wanted to share my screen and showcase a few things. Okay. Here we are. We are at the team sheet. Okay. So before we get down with today's topic, I'll just give you the current context. Okay. So, firstly, coming to this sheet, here we are, and then our attendance sheet. Let's go. 106 attendance. Okay. Okay. So this is what is the attendance report for this week. So week 3 to week 4, and okay, all of these guys at least they have attended the sessions. First of all, yes, we had total 9 sessions, so very great consistency seen by all of these guys who made all, like they did not miss any of the session, morning and evening. So Akhila, Dilshad, Sandhya, Alok, Amulya, Vaibhav, Sagar, Noor, Nigar, Krishna, Dibesh, and Shruti. Okay, so they made everything possible. And then yes, gradually there were maybe 1 or 2 sessions off, and by that way gradually the numbers started coming down. Okay. However, we had a few more criterias. The regular data should be filled in the sheet. Okay. Guys, the point is, out of the full people who were there as part of week 1, around 4 of the members were not able to go live and all. So we would like that, even if they are part of your group, so don't involve them as part of week 4. So that's where accordingly I've already made changes, because if people are not taking actions, so it's not the right time for them to really perform. Okay. So there are around 4 members who were part of the last week, but they are not into week 4. So Vinay, Alok, Alok Bahera is there, the other one. So Vinay, Alok, Prashant, and Omkar. Okay. So I guess from the sheets also for this week, let's not track these guys. I have already removed the excess here, because anyways, if people are not taking action, so it's not worth putting even your and my effort on that. Maybe this is not the right time for them. Okay. So the thing was, yes, at least one go live was required and the link or something was required, which people did not do it. So it's fine. Let's overlook that. Okay, so all the from today onwards, whatever you will track, so just recompose your teams. I will be accordingly cleaning up the names from here as well, and you in your sheets you modify it as well. Okay, and that's where don't share this Zoom link in any of the groups. Keep the links only with you, and you come live. That's it. Okay, fine. Now another thing. Okay, speaking about today's topic. Now we are into the week 4. It's only the final 4 days happening of the session. Okay. Now, just few critical things, guys. Today we are going to focus on something really important, which is mastering your sleep. Okay, so this is where the entire world juggles around, and we have been doing this program since past now 2 years. Okay, roughly around 2 years. So from 2020, around March 2020 was the first time when we started waking up in the morning, and from there here we are. Okay, I personally before that never woke up at 5 a.m. but all of a sudden decided and started with the routine. And now then I had my own personal experience of how in these 2 years my ups and downs went through, what works, what did not work, and all that thing. Plus, there were multiple other people who were trying to go. There were people who continued for like 5 months, 6 months, and a long time, and then eventually they were also not able to follow it for a long time. Okay, but there are in this group there are people like Akhila or Shruti. So these guys are like more than 1 year and still they are continuous. Okay, so now you need to understand ki some people are really able to make it, some people are not able to make it. Okay, Now the thing is we need to know what's the right system. Why is this all happening? And if you don't really have proper sleep, it is bad for your health. Okay, so sleep cannot be compromised, and I'm always saying don't compromise your sleep. But the thing is our life should be properly optimized, okay, between how much time we stay awake and how much time we stay sleep. Okay, whatever is the proper measurement required, we need to extract that out of our life, not more not less. Okay, so that we can perform to the best of our abilities. The brain stays healthy, body stays healthy, mind stays focused. Plus over and under nahi karna hai. We need to strike the right balance between both of these things. Okay, and that is where today's session is important, because many of you have already started waking up in the morning, but unfortunately some of you have missed the morning sessions at times. ऐसे वैसे हो रहा है. So let me give you the primary checkpoints which you should not violate in order to strike this right balance between waking up in the morning and the sleep patterns. Okay, now देखो, one important thing कि no matter what happens, okay, no matter what happens during their day and all that, you have to wake up early in the morning. That's the only way of living a great life. Okay, just draw that conclusion and stamp on that. Okay, we have to wake up early, because not waking up early, say, consequences are very bad, guys. The mind starts lazily, we start tired manner, and once we start with a low attitude, tired mind, in reactions, whatever next activities we do, it's not going to give you the right value, and no matter what your day challenges. Okay, so just be aware of this thing. We need to wake up in the morning, because that's what the nature wakes up, and we are also part of the same nature. So just like any other animal, birds, animals, they all wake up when the sun comes up. Our brain is also designed to wake up like that. Okay, recently I was watching a video where they were talking about some bathing habits. Okay, so there is something about that as well. But I'll just tell you one critical thing which I spotted there. That person said when the sun comes down, okay, it's highly recommend don't take a shower after that. Okay, and when the sun is actually up in the morning, at that time when you take, it will have a better impact on your health. But after sunset time, avoid taking showers. So some researcher after analysis saying all that thing. Okay, I'm not trying to give you that, but I just want to tell you as a human system, we are created in certain manner. And this is for sure. When the sun comes up, different chemicals are emitted in the brain, and when the sun goes down, sleep chemicals are emitted in the brain. It is natural. So we are created along with this way of existence. The point is, in the current society, all those things are gone for toss. People are waking up late, they are sleeping like very late, like 12 and all. And we are not made for all this, but we are doing it. And that's where in a long run it will have some consequences on us. So if you really want to stay healthy, happy, and a very great life, we need to align ourselves to the way we were supposed to live, basically. And humanity already lived like that for a long time. The current generation, current past 3 decades are what is spoiling the world. Okay, before that, light and all was not there. Raat mein public so jati thi, television was not there. So in the past 30 years, 40 years, everything is messed up. But we don't know how all this thing will go. So at least we need to make sure we align ourselves back and do it the way nature has asked us to do. As simple as that. Okay. Now, how it works. So first conclusion is, no matter what happens, if you really want to live a great, healthy and successful life, majority of the people who are living that kind of life are waking up early, and that's where the day begins early. And there are a lot of other benefits, but we'll just stick with simple. You should not change the morning related routines. We need to wake up early. Okay. Now they go, already I experimented with more early times, because some people are like 4:30s, 5. People are waking up very early also, like 4:33 ऐसे भी उठते हैं. Okay, after a lot of experimenting and the way we are living our lifestyle, like we are working in our industry, IT, hai, this hai, jobs and all that, travel and everything. Considering that and based upon the practical observations, I realized somewhat waking up 5 a.m. in the current times is not that practical solution. Okay, and I'll come to the conclusions also, okay, why I derived this conclusion. But waking up at 5, that means maybe 4:45 you wake up. If you really wake up at that time, you need to go to bed by around maybe 9:30, and it is practically impossible in the current times to sleep by 9:30 and 9. Not possible. Okay, because the way is completely different. So that means even if you start after certain time, the habit will not happen, and you will end up impacting your health itself. So guys, you need to understand it's two things. One, when you wake up and how you're sleeping, both work very in collaboration. And if these two things are not in line, your patterns will not go nice. You will start getting headaches. You will start getting more exhausted during the day. So then what's the right balance? Okay. So after a lot of experiments, then I came to a conclusion ki 6 is a very sweet spot. It is even possible that in the current whatever circumstances we are involved in our life, we can still make up the 6 possible. It will need efforts, but it is a very doable thing which will not cause much consequences on health. 5 matlab becomes almost very tough. You need to really package your sleep properly, otherwise 5 you will anyways lose it. So but 6 is something which is practical to do. Okay, so first conclusion, we need to always throughout our life have the habit of waking up in the morning. Don't compromise on that no matter what is happening, because the way you start your day is the way you will get results, and accordingly your life will become that only. One day at a time, and one day you live properly, everything will happen sorted. Okay, second conclusion is, right now at least as your starting point, I would recommend 6 a.m. make that as your time. If you are still saying you want to wake up early and all, it's your choice, but my suggestion will be make it 6, don't make it 7. The reason being, we need 1.5 hours of morning routine, and if you wake up at 7, that starts interfering with maybe other people in your family will wake up, and already the morning chaos and the busyness will start. You might have to go to office, and a lot of other things get started if you don't wake up at 6. You wake up 7, 8:30, your offices might have to start. So we don't get time basically. The day begins. If you're waking up at 7, you will not have time to do morning routine. And as they go, 80% of the world is average and will stay average because they don't start the morning routine in a proper manner. So they are not focused on their goals, on their dreams, on their desires, on planning, because they don't have time for that. Because the reason is they wake up maybe 7, 8, and they just rush and be ready for the day. So we cannot start our day without morning routine, understand? And that's the reason all top CEOs and everybody have that routine, because that's the only way of success. Your mind works proper, you're sharp, you're alert, you're motivated. With cold shower, you're energetic, you're doing workout. That's the way of living a successful life. You compromise on that, all other problems of your life will start growing. Tension, pressure, doubts, worries, laziness, procrastination, mind wise doubting yourself, all of that will rise if this morning routine is not there. Okay, so understand, morning routine required. Second conclusion, waking up at 6 required, and 6 is the time so that you can still spend till 7:30. It doesn't impact with your day activity, everything will be balanced. Now the third conclusion, okay, go. No matter what happens, already we are living 3 weeks now, this is fourth week. No matter what happens, every single day wake up at the same fixed time. Don't try to change that time. Okay, if somehow due to some reason if you wake up early, try to sleep back again and try to wake up at the same time, but never change this time. Our body and mind learns based upon pattern. So if you teach it like a pattern ki daily morning this time I wake up, so when you do it repeatedly at the same time, somehow naturally your mind and body will adapt to that waking time. If it is a floating time, it doesn't become really possible. So try that always every single day, one fixed time, and no matter what, you have to wake up at that time only. Don't even try to make a 5 seconds delay, even though it might be getting painful, tiring, bothering. But if you decide, you just wake up. So for example, I have set myself to like 5:40. Okay. So I wake up every single day at 5:40 only. So that is my alarms, back to back 3 alarms I have set up, 5:40, 5:41. कुछ हुआ तो वही 2-3 मिनट में I just wake up. And it's not like every day I'm very fresh and all, but yes, even though I feel tired, I just wake up, leave my bed, drink some water, and just be seated for some time. Okay, because I need to push myself to really get it into a flow. And over weekend and all, someday if we are not doing this session also, someone naturally, even if I don't set any alarm, someone naturally the brain just wakes up by around 6 and something like that maximum. Okay, so that will follow. So first, third step is making sure you wake up at the same fixed time during the day. Okay, now let's understand the critical aspects which will help you to stay for long time and maybe forever with this morning routine. And guys, it is so serious. Not following these things, you will not be able to do. So purely based upon experience and our team members experience itself, I'm drawing this conclusion. Why were people not able to do? So very critical. Okay, they go. Just it's just a system, and we need to abide. Human body, human mind is a system. It runs based upon a pattern, 24 hours, mind and all that. We need to strike the right balance. Okay, and we need to have the right balance between when we wake up and how much sleep we get. Now, since past, I was once Googling and trying to find out a few things. So as part of that, got a many links where it came to observation, okay, human beings have had different sleeping patterns in the past. Okay. So that means our body and the mind can really have different patterns also. And people had it already. Even in the current times, there are people with different sleeping patterns. One pattern is one bulk shot sleep during night, which is called as a mono pattern. Okay, and there is a bi pattern, there is a mono pattern. So majority of the world, I think we all are in this bracket itself, where we take one shot sleep, which is a mono kind of sleep. Okay, during the night, in one shot, we take a long hours of sleep, and later on, yes, we wake up and we live our entire day. Nothing but in the 24-hour cycle, majority of the people sleep only once. That pattern is the mono pattern, which majority of us are doing. Okay. Now, there were some other patterns which were also lived by people. They used to split their sleep into multiple sections. Okay, night mein they will take one, and then during the day they will try maybe two more times of snots. There were some big scientists. They lived their 24 hours. Every 4 hours ke baad they used to have a sleep. After every 4 hours they used to go to sleep. So nothing but they lived their entire day in power naps itself. Why? Because they were like, they needed to be very highly productive. So they spend the maximum time in that, and 4 hours of work, then a sleep, then 4 hours work, then a sleep. This is how they lived, and the body even adapted to that, mind and body. Okay? So you need to understand that human beings are actually created to adapt to different sleeping patterns. Just that you follow it consistently, and you will just make sure in the end result you're not getting too much drained out of it. If you do that, life will be very good. So just understand, different people have different patterns, they lived it and it works. Right now also in Japan, many of the offices have this culture. During the day they give them a time for power naps, because they say when that happens, the brain really becomes refreshed and they can focus back on work. Nothing but right now in the current time also, this sleeping pattern is there. Now the thing is, where are we going with all this? I just want you to accept the fact that whatever pattern you give to your mind and the body, it will adapt to it. Okay, so model number one which you can practice for sleeping pattern is, देखो, simple. We are saying wake up in the morning at 6. Okay, try to sleep maximum by 11. Okay, maximum by 11. That's how it works, which we are saying that means night time 7 hours of sleep. Okay, it is good enough. Some people say even with 6 hours of sleep they are able to manage very properly. Doctors and all are recommending 7 to 8 hours of sleep is good enough to be taken, which will be keeping you very nice and active. Try, guys, minimum 7 hours of sleep to be struck. Don't try to squeeze this later than that. Okay, now there are some videos like even Sadhguru and all, they are saying with 5 hours I am able to stay very active. But he's having one very important point there. He says how much you are consuming your mind and the body. Accordingly, if there is lot of wear and tear in your day activities, you will need more sleep to recover. He's saying that he is able to manage with even 4 hours and 4 hours, 5 hours for past 10 years, 20 years, and very energetic because he is not overusing his body. Right? He is into meditation, just traveling here and there and all, but he's not doing the way we are doing, like office work. ये वो नहीं चल रहा. Itna tension pressure is not there in his life. Somehow he has trained his mind to be able to calmly deal and with meditation and all. So he doesn't overexert. He's in a state of peace. That's where he doesn't need extra sleep. The body is still able to recover. But for us, the way we are overthinking doubts and running this, that, chasing so many things in our life, we are very busy people. Okay. And we need proper sleep. So don't try to challenge yourself ki bhai 6 karta hu, 5 karta hu. You will end up impacting your health. That's how it will go. Because we are into a society where we need sleep because there is going to be a lot of wear and tear mentally and physically too. Okay. Now coming back, that's where I'm saying take 7 as your starting point for doing anything. Okay. Now that means 11 maximum you have to sleep so that you can wake up in the morning 6. So already as part of initial rules, we said 6 a.m. waking, don't change that time no matter what is happening, even if you sleep at 11:30 or 12, but morning wake up time should not change. So these are main checkpoints. Don't violate this. It will become consequences. Okay. The first checkpoint is always waking up, mandatory at 6. Second checkpoint which we are setting is 11 should be the cutoff. After 11, you should not sleep. Now, if you are not able to make this, okay, if you are able to make it, well and good, all will be good. During the day, you will be active, you will be able to manage yourself. If suppose you feel still somewhat exhausted, weekend may if you sleep for 3-4 hours, the body and mind will be still balanced. Okay. So if you're anytime feeling sleepy over weekend, if you sleep for 2-3 hours during the daytime, the body still recovers. I experimented like that over the week, not getting proper sleep, over weekend slept for some more time, and still it was pretty fresh. So it somehow the body works. It's magical actually. Okay. So the first model is sleep, wake up at 6, but sleep at 11. So that gives you 7 hours of sleep. During the day, stay fully active. And if you're still feeling exhausted over the week, maybe 4 hours extra, Saturday, Sunday ko extra karke, you just try to compensate for that. That model will work. You will be able to live with this for a very long period of time. And after that, if you're starting to feel more tired, then maybe you need some more sleep. So over weekends, try to stretch, or maybe instead of 11, try to make it 11:30. So thoda sa start experimenting based upon how much exhausted you're feeling. Okay, this is a happy path, happy scenario. Start with 11. After that, start adjusting more over weekends, or 11 should become 11:30. That's first model. Now let's try the second model. So I have lived this first model also. I'm living the second model also, and let me tell you the second model. If you are not able to sleep by, let's say, this time 11 p.m., then how exactly and what exactly? Okay, if you're not able to sleep by 11 due to whatever reasons, what happens is 11 becomes 11:30. Now you might give all the reasons, but you're ending up impacting your health. So on the other side is health, on this side is all of your other excuses and reasons. Family ka ye ho gaya, blah 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 blah. But on the other side, health will start getting impacted. That will happen. You might not see it right now, but in 3 months from now, 6 months from now, if you're continuing with this pattern, because it happened with the existing members. And after that, they were not able to wake up in the morning, and they all changed into like वापस से 8 baje, and the old lifestyle came back again. This is how it happens. Even though you might be consistent for 6 months, and after that, if you're changing the habit, you live with that new pattern, you can train any pattern to your mind and the body. Okay. So this went wrong with people. Now, what is the solution? If suppose you are not able to sleep by 11 and it is becoming a repeated pattern, maybe 11:30, maybe 12, at times even like 12:15, 12:30, but still morning wake up time should never be compromised. Fix 6. It is like your sleeping is problem. Your morning is not the problem. Don't punish your morning routine because you are not able to manage your other priorities of life. We are not able to manage, accept that. We need to fix that problem first. ठीक है. Now what is going to happen if suppose guys 6 के नीचे जा रहे हो तो guys it's a blunder. If you're getting sleep less than 6, I really feel sorry for you, and I know that you're going to get health problems, headaches, and all that torture will happen. Okay, that means 12 के आगे तो जाना भी नहीं है. You will end up like torturing yourself like anything in a long run if you're taking less than 6 hours of sleep. It's not recommended, and we will not do it. And you don't do it to yourself. Okay, don't do that. If you're saying ki no, I'm not able to do 6 say be like sometimes it's becoming 5.5 also. In that case, guys, I'm okay. You change your morning routine. Don't start at 6. Maybe move that also to like 6:30s or 7s based upon your life's problem situations. But I try to correct it. If there is a problem, fix the problem. Don't create more problems in your life. That's the reason people are not able to do it. So if you are saying okay, you are not getting even 6 hours of sleep, I would say okay, chalo, compromise morning because the morning routine might not be then for you. And then don't complain. You are not able to fix your life, so don't complain why am I not able to get more results out of my life, because you compromised on some things because of whatever reasons. And your 24 hours are only your 24 hours. Nobody is torturing you to do it like this, like that. It is you, and you can correct your world around you. Okay, so you chose to like okay. Second thing, 6 hours. If you're getting less than 6 hours, I'm okay. You change your morning time. Maybe then it is not for you. All these whatever things are happening. Maybe start 6:30, but then you know it. Okay, it might interfere and all of those things. But if you can make it, it's fine. But 6 se kam to nahi karna. Not less than 6, guys. Okay. Now let's another thing. Let's take it like that. If you are taking maybe 6 or 6.5, that is what many of you guys might belong into. Okay, so morning wake up is 6 a.m. Evening sleep time, you're not getting it at 11. Sometimes it is becoming 11:30. Sometimes it is becoming 12. If that is how it is going. 12 ke aage gaya, so guys try to really correct it. Don't try to push it beyond 12. It's bad. Okay, but if it is going like 11 to 12 duration, okay. Sometimes I went through that. I have got 6 hours of sleep, 6.5 hours of sleep. Now, what happens is this is something interesting which I found about myself. Okay. And I think this applies to every human being because I am also a human being. What happened is whatever life you would have lived in the past, your sleeping patterns and all, somehow within our system, there is, I guess, some reserved sleep. Okay, so somewhere I realized okay, this was based upon experience. Okay, even if you take 6 hours of sleep in the beginning times, you will still feel very happy, very fresh, very active. Even 5 might not really look challenging to you. There were people in previous life transformation, some batch, they were like, we are sleeping only 5.5 hours or only 5 hours and we are so much energetic. हमने कुछ बड़ा सा कर दिया. And I'm like, उसको समझाया मैंने गलत है. This is all wrong. Okay. But now what happened is, in the past, you accumulated a lot of sleep. So it is there somehow in your body. And what happens is when you're not getting the sleep on a day-to-day basis, it starts using from that sleep quota to really give your body the energy and all because you're not taking the required sleep. So it starts utilizing from your past sleep quota. But a point comes, okay, that completely exhausts. So I went through those phases. So there was a time in this 2 years where my sleep quota also became 0. Okay, so I was not having any reserve sleep. That means I cannot afford taking maybe less than 6 hours of sleep because I will have impact during my day because of that. That means I was living an optimized, best possible life. I don't have any buffers with me. So because of that state, what is happening is even as soon as I go to bed, within 5 minutes, I'm getting sleep. So I just reached that position. Many people are like, we are not getting sleep. For me, it just changed because the sleep quota is not there. I don't have reserve sleep. I'm living an optimized life. How much sleep I should take, only that much I am taking. When I should stay awake, only that much I am staying awake. And as an end result, I'm getting sleep just like that. I close my eyes on the bed, that's it, gone. Okay, because proper bound life is running with proper slots. Now what happened? Now all this will happen to you also. Initially reserve sleep might be there. You will be like with willpower, I am doing it. But over a period of time, the sleep quota starts exhausting, and that's where if you start taking less than 7 hours, you're not giving the required sleep to your body, plus daily, your sleep quota is also getting exhausted. So if you continue this, it will still take time, guys, 3 months, 6 months. Till that time, you will be able to manage. But as soon as that time goes, 3 months, 6 months, where your quota is becoming empty and you're not taking the required sleep every single day, slowly and steadily, your health will start impacting. Sometimes headache will come, sometimes more tiredness will come, and then you will start saying, "Arey yaar, isse acha hai ki ek do ghanta extra subah uth lete." And that's how people then adapt to back their own lifestyle, because like they feel, why unnecessarily then doing all that, instead let me take a nice sleep and then I'll wake up at 8. But they don't realize they are just skipping the morning routine, because that happens naturally. You wake up late, you don't have time for all of this thing. You have to attack your day, because the world will not compromise. Your office will not say, bhai, you did not have sleep to come 2 hours late. They will be like, chahiye 9 baje chahiye 8 baje, and you have to be there. So that's what, and that's the reason people are not able to do. So what's the solution for this? Okay, there is a solution, and I experimented and it worked very well. Okay, now the solution is simple. I applied this bipolar sleep manner. During the night, I was sleeping for 6.5 hours. You customize. Okay, so I lived like that for like 6 months or long time, and it works. During the night, 6.5 hours. So let's say, for example, 12 to 6 kind of. Okay, 6.5 hours. But then it was becoming mandatory for me, that during the day I should take 1 hour of power nap. If I am not able to take power nap, I am not able to stay focused during the day. Okay, this happened when the sleep quota was exhausted. So till the time it is not exhausted, you will still be able to pull it out. But once there is no backup sleep available and you're taking less than 7 hours, so I was doing that, then taking 1 hour of power nap during the day becomes mandatory. This might happen with any of you. That's why I'm trying to give you multiple use cases, and so you can figure out your right match, what you should do. But compromising on morning and morning routine, don't do that. Don't draw that as a conclusion कि चलो 8 बजे उठेंगे. That's a simple thing to do, but you are compromising on many other things. Now coming back, ठीक है? So then what? 1 hour during the day, power nap required, which will help you to really have that 6+1 kind of, and then maybe over weekend some more extended. But now comes the thing, and this is interesting. During this lockdown time, I really experimented with sleep like anything. So this 1 hour power nap, when you can take it, our body is so beautiful. You anytime you take it works. That's magical. Anytime you take, I was able to stay active throughout the day. And I experimented with 3 sections. One is we used to do this morning routine and have the breakfast and everything. Sab kuch karke, before office, I used to go to sleep. So I experimented like that ki 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning, because our office used to start at 10. So I just made it ki pura morning routine kar lenge. After that breakfast and everything, 2-3 hours in the morning gone. After that 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I used to take the sleep. 1 hour power nap done. Wake up just 5 minutes. And people say ki you might feel lazy after wake up. It was not happening. You just wake up, put fresh water, and I was able to stay focused. And then throughout the day it was good. Again night mein, again 6 hours of sleep ke liye I was ready for. So I experimented with that before office morning time. It works. Otherwise, lunch ke time pe sleep, I tried that also. There also I was able to stay fully active throughout the day. It works. Third thing is, if you're not taking in the morning before office, and if you're not taking lunch time pe, by 7 p.m., 8 p.m., the mind says, give me sleep, give me sleep. Okay, you cannot even keep your eyes open. I used to get to that. And then I used to be like 7 to 8, I used to take a power nap again. 1 hour has to be done. Otherwise, health will be impacted, because you're taking 6. Guys, I'm just telling you, there is an optimized way of living and right balance between waking up and sleeping. Many people, the way regular world is, they don't really care of this optimized time. and they end up losing some other time here and there. But since we talk about success and all, it's about your time management. It's about your 24 hours, what you do, when you do. In one of the interview, again, Sadhguru asked this question to that entire school. He was in a college or somewhere. He said, Ki, how many hours of sleep you get during the night? And the crowd was like mute, speechless. That means they don't know when they sleep, they don't know when they wake up. And unstructured life is not going to give output. Unstructured life, say, if there is no patterns and system in life, you will not know whether you are performing good or bad. So that's what people are really naive. They are basic. They are like beginners in the world of success and all those things. But just coming back. So trying to give you. So the model 2 is you still take 6 hours of sleep during the night, but during the day you can take 1 hour of power nap. It can be any time. I would recommend first half May, if you can plug it, it would be good for you, because second half May it becomes demanding. And if you don't take, it will start impacting wear and tear inside. But second model, I would still not recommend because it is pretty challenging. What if you don't get sleep during the day? And right now, during lockdowns, power naps, it was possible. But right now, once we start going to offices and all that, maybe it's not possible to take sleep during the daytime. So it depends upon your lifestyle, your kind of working and job. If it is possible to have a power nap of 1 hour during the day, then the second model can also work for you. 6.5 hours of sleep during night, then 1 hour of power nap during the day. And if you're still more exhausted, over weekend, 3-4 hours. That is model 2. Model 1 is 7 hours of one shot sleep, 11 you sleep, and then morning you wake up. Now you need to now really think what's happening. You're not taking, let's say, power nap during the day, and you're pushing your boundary of sleeping to after 11. Right now you're able to sustain because you have your sleep quota. Once it goes away, things will come crashing down. And it will happen. In 6 months it happens. I experienced 6 months, 8 months, it bubbles out. Okay, you're past all the sleep quota will go, and now you're running on like pretty boundaries. And then as an end result, people try to take the easy way out. Okay, well, let's not do the morning routine. Let's get back to a normal life. And वहां से फिर reverse impact starts coming. No morning routine, no greatness of the day, no books coming, no health coming, no exercise coming. The rest of the problems then start growing, because it's like all it just impacts. So now you think through, Avi, okay, what is going wrong and how you have to fix. Okay. Now I have a third solution, okay, which will work. Okay, and I would like key in a long run you all adapt to this kind of solution. Okay, and I guess this third one will really work, because it will help you guys to really build a merger system of approach 1 and approach 2. Because I know, okay, maybe 11 you might say it's not practical because of whatever reasons, and then you might say during the day also is not practical due to whatever reasons. Third system is what I felt key is the right mix. Okay, it's a combination basically. So firstly, you start with let's say no power naps during the day while a model, because it's anyways not possible to do. Let's assume you're not taking any power naps during the day. Okay, so your system becomes you wake up in the morning at 6, you're not taking any power naps during the day, you try to sleep by 11. Let's say that's your model. Initially you're trying to push, even if you exceed 11:30, 12, because in the beginning days of this new habit you have your sleep quota, it doesn't impact you much. Okay, so initial 3 months, that's what I'm saying, okay, along with us as part of this program, minimum 3 months you continue these habits. 3 months tak to mandatory. I would say even 6 months tak you can continue this habit pretty nicely, but I would say 3 months minimum you continue the same routine. We are waking up every day in the morning, we are doing this 9 to 10, and after that we are closing. Sometimes you might be able to sleep by 11, sometimes it might become 11:30, but still wake up at 6. Try to really do this for 3 months. You really try that. There should not be breaking in this wake up and sleep patterns. Okay, now by the time you do this 3 seasons back to back, you really absorb this thought process, you know all the techniques what we do and everything, you already know it. So ideally you become capable to execute all these things by yourself. And one of my primary aim is that you should be able to do these things by yourself. We want every one of us to be self-sufficient. Okay? So that's where I try to give all the systems and techniques to you so that you can independently do it. But it doesn't happen that you know the techniques and you straight away do. That doesn't work. A human being doesn't operate like that. So we still need the support of the group for some time. It's a transition of change where we are going. So solution will be for 3 months, just follow blindly what we are doing. Morning sleep, morning, night, 9 to 10, 6 to 7, 9 to 10. Same pattern. Even if you compromise sometimes not getting 7 hours, it doesn't impact your health. 3 months, the life is all going good. Okay? But now, as soon as 3-4 months start with us, you should start caring about okay, because after 3 months, after 4 months, that's where the problems will start coming, because sleep quota will go and other problems will happen. You need to then start focusing, why I don't want to compromise on my morning time. Okay, so what I am suggesting to you guys is, after 3-4 of this, whatever 3-4 months, okay, start sticking to waking up for the morning 6 and slowly stop joining the 9 to 10 evening session here. Okay, the reason being, you know the topics, you know what we are doing. Yes, it might re-trigger, it might give you new ideas, but over and all, it's the same system. It's a habit, it's blah blah blah. It's the same system which you already know. So I would suggest don't join in for 9 to 10 sessions after 3 months of time, but continue only with morning. Now what will happen because of that is, you get your evening slot fully, where you can really replan. Because right now, why is 11 not happening is because your 9 to 10 is also locked. And then you guys might say, okay, dinner is not happening, this is not happening. So then it becomes very tight. So initial 3 months, 4 months also, I might say, continue with this routine. But as soon as you cross 4 months, guys, know it, we are trying to prepare ourselves for the next 70 years. That's where we are talking in terms of months, and because this is what is required. It's not today, tomorrow. We need to think in terms of vision if we really want to build habits within us. So 3 months, 4 months, continue now properly. After that, make a decision. 6 a.m. I will make sure I always do it. 9 to 10 May, don't join. Okay, after 3 to 4 months. And once you stop joining 9 to 10, you get your evening slot. Abhi dekho guys, after you get your slot, if you waste your time and still if you are able to sleep at 11, then nobody can save you. Okay, so if you remove this 1 hour from your block time, you get a lot of time after office. Let's say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you get 4 hours. You can plan, prioritize, do whatever, and make sure that you sleep by around 10:30. 10:30 to 11 May, you have to shut down your day, and then you will reach optimum wake up. If you can still do the 9 to 10 session and then sleep by 10:30, brilliant way of doing it. But if you're not able to do that, skip these sessions, join only for the morning sessions. Guys, dekho, when we do it as a group, then we are more consistent than when we do it alone. That's where morning routine don't try to do it alone, because you will end up someday losing it, because emptiness, aloneness, it doesn't really work. I have practically seen it, and many of the successful people also, they start feeling lonely. That's where they say, okay, in the morning, create some friends, go along with them to, let's say, gym or waking up time pe buddies banalo. Then it becomes easy. So don't try to do that thing by your own self. This group is already there, join along with us, so habit will continue for lifetime. And on top of it, we have recently introduced this weekly catch up. So every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. So along with this batch ends, you guys will also join as part of that. Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m., we are doing just a weekly catch up, just to see how consistently we are doing all our other tasks also. Just a kind of checkpoint. Let's say even if 50 people come as part of that checkpoint session, maybe in a few months. So still we will break it down into smaller groups of maybe 5 people, 10 people. They can connect and they can just review the progress, how it is happening. Okay, so we can build some system around that. But yeah, so after 4 months, you get to this model, you are doing only morning sessions without miss You're performing all the day activities, those day activities, and you do the before closing the day review sheets and all that you update, which you will be presenting in weekly sessions of Saturday. So by that way, you will make sure that your habits are staying permanent and you're able to still wake up in the morning, and night time you get 4 hours to really plan the way you want to plan it without compromising or affecting your sleep. I think if you run this third model, long run, may it will become easy for you, and you will start realizing maybe you will start even maybe sleeping at 10, 10:15. Because they go, what happened is when my sleep quota was gone, okay, and when I that power nap wala, that phase where I said I was sleeping for 6.5 hours during the day, it was becoming mandatory for me to sleep. Okay, that time some magical experiences happened to me. It was like, should I watch social media or should I sleep? And then I'm like, hata your phone ko, let me go to sleep, man. I don't have time to waste on all this thing. Nothing but your priorities of your life will become very clear. And in the end, also, like, means you don't have time to waste. And that's what I realized. If you really use your sleeps and all very properly, you will not find time to waste. And that means while you're awake, you're engaged in all the value add things in your life, and rest of the time you're sleeping. And then ultimately, in a long run, all your time wasters will be eliminated from your life. And that's a very beautiful way of living. There is nothing which destroys your time. Okay? And I'm not saying, guys, entertainment should be removed. I watch movies, I hang out with friends, I go outside, travel and all those things will be there. But actual valueless time wasters, like too much thing in crap or arguments or quarreling with people, and like something which is not really valuable for life, those things can very easily removed from life because it's not required anyways. But because right now we don't use our time properly, so we end up having these things default included in our life. Okay, so this is what it is, my entire past of experience, and this is what came as a conclusion. So initially you start, but before 6 months you do this transition where you start sleeping by 10:30 to 11 maximum. That change has to happen. Otherwise, in a long run, you will not be able to do the morning. Then you will shift the morning time and it will start interfering with your daytime, and then that habit will go away. So I'm already telling you how your future will go like. Okay, and habits means repetition and pattern, and always. If you say in between, I will take 2 weeks of break. Now this is where now I'm realizing, देखो, with this, I really want all our life changes forever. And that's where I'm realizing the morning, what gaps we used to do. So we used to say, like, once we are done with the session, let's take 1 week off also, and then after that we will resume back. But I know that even if you put that 1 week of gap in between, we will not be able to stay consistent, because again the mind will have the same juggle, same. And then I realized season by season the same beginning is happening, restarting is happening. So then this season I was thinking, and I thought no, it has to become a lifelong pattern. So there should not be gaps. We are anyways taking Saturday, Sunday off, but Monday to Friday, we do it in a rhythm. Weekly, we have a checkpoint, because industry is running like this. I took that inspiration from IT industry, like how a big projects run. This is a project that we are trying to do. Okay? Accomplishing life success and installing habits. It's a project that we are trying to run. Yeah, there might be like 20 members. How do we really manage this system? Simple. How in companies people do it. Every week they have a catch up. People show their report, they show their progress, they show what's working, what's not working. They take their action items and then they work towards that next week. Again, accountability. And that's where the full complex IT industry is running. We're trying to install a very simple system. Just habits, that's it. And if you do that, basically anything else you can do in your life, any other habit you want to do, you can very nicely put it into the system, track it daily, weekly measure it, prepare a group where you measure it, and that's it. Life will be going good. Okay, fine. So this is what is the sleep related. Now I really want you to analyze at what state you are in right now and what you want to do. all the beginners who have not yet completed 3 to 4 months with us, I would say blindly just follow. Don't try to overdo, because you have sleep quotas with you. You can come in along and just push yourself. And by the time you do the go, because for building this initial habit also, it is going to take time. 6 को and all, at least 3 months of continuity rahega. Then comes the next stage of doing more adjustments, because within 3 months, guys, there are people, they come, they take it for one season, and then they feel oh, now everything is sorted, but next month they just roll back. Things will not become permanent. And guys, the world is not successful because people know techniques, they are not following it long enough. And just like three-step system, knowing the techniques, taking actions, and building the habits in actions into consistency habit. So first two kar rahe, habit hi nahi ho raha hai, it will all be like not really worth it. Okay? So just understand that if you start the race, you need to finish it, then success will come. Not like a 100-meter bhag liya and it's like a 500-meter race, you ran only 100 and like chhod dete. So it will not work, right? Success is when you finish the races. And right now we are talking about a race which is your lifelong race. That means it has to become a habit. That's how you will get success from life. Okay, fine. Now we have like 5 more minutes. This was major. I would really like you to think about it, make conclusions, okay, how you will do it going forward. So 7 November say we are starting with a new season, but now you decide how you want to roll in for that. Okay, how do you want to change, or do you want to continue, not continue? Make decisions. Okay, considering your life, make sure, because health is priority. You might do everything, health collapse, everything collapses. Okay, so that's ultimate. And another just tip, while you're going to sleep, avoid radiations of your mobiles and all that. Low light ke andar, taking the phone and then going sleep, it is really causing a lot of people. I heard they said ki they're getting eyesight problems, headaches because of just these rays. Okay, doctors are recommending 2 weeks don't use any kind of gadgets. That's where I use this anti-glare glasses while I work. So if you are like always on laptops, 0 number ke anti-glare glasses le lo, which will be like reflecting it away. And whenever I am working on laptops, I put these glasses on. So like 0 number, just take it. So it will help you to really protect yourself even while you're doing this day activity. Okay? These few things. And the rest of the things, guys, we still have few important topics to cover in this 4 days. And we would like today's attendance, when you put in some Q and A's, any questions that you have. I would really like for the next 3 days, we heavily engage into problem solving. So whatever are the challenges which you are facing, we would like to discuss it. We would like to think about what solutions we can. Maybe some more guys can also contribute towards the solution part for it. And then we will really look at what is our primary goal and ask questions with regards to your goal area. Okay, like life is about two systems. One, foundation of life, which is your habits, and second is whatever dreams or goals or desires you have. So we are trying to invest time in building this foundation, because without this habit foundation, 24-hour mastery foundation, productivity foundation, morning routine foundation, you will not be able, you will struggle with these other things. It will become big time problem for you. So now we are focusing on building this strong foundation. Now, whatever other goals or dreams, desires you have, write it into questions. We'll not name the person who has asked it, but yes, we would like to see to the best of our knowledge to guide you, support you. And this week, let's make it Q&As. Let's make it problem solving week. Let's make sure that we are performing all the habits and stuff like that. Okay. So firstly, mark the attendance. Secondly, let's do a day review, and then we will close the session. So meanwhile, you can start with your day review, guys. Go to your sheet and start filling your day activity. Guys, and just look at your future self. How proud that guy will feel. You did not stop. Okay. And if you stop right now, lifelong struggle will continue. Just know it. Everything is interrelated. So not able to sleep on time will impact your mornings. Not able to wake up early will impact your morning routines. Not able to do that will end up impacting your entire day. And when the days go bad, mentally you will be affected. Life is going like this. I'm not able to feel in control. Everything is running away from me. then that would add more frustration to life, and then slowly you will get more responsible in life, married, families, more tension will come, and then you will be like, kya life chal rahi hai yaar. And all that thing is a chain. It's all a chain. So we need to put the chain at the right place so that a success chain runs in life, not a frustration and painful chain. Okay, one success chain, everything will be successful. One failure chain, everything will be bothering. So you have to make decisions. That's how you live life. Okay, fine. And yes, everybody's lifestyle is different, preferences and choices are different. So you need to make your decision which is specific to you. I'll give you the suggestions and inputs. Okay, I'm sharing the attendance link meanwhile. And right now also, guys, we immediately, then we will close the session. Try to go to sleep by 11. Okay, code for today is 9999 and mark your attendance. And guys, we would like this week also you guys keep communication will not improve if you do it once. You have to go live, you have to make video daily, you have to listen to social media videos daily, then only it improves. So I'm telling you the things, but still, like I felt bad some of the guys did not even go live yesterday, last week. Okay, so it was really bad. Come on, doing it will change you, not doing it will not do anything, and you will still have the same questions. Why not, kya kare Arre, पत्थर पे सर फोड़ दो. That's the best thing which you can do, और कुछ मत कर. Like you have to take actions. That's the only way you will improve. You might take wrong actions, but that's fine. You will learn that it is a wrong action, and then you will correct your action. But doing something will tell you how your life is going. Just thinking, asking will not do anything, right? So make it action oriented. This is the final week. So proud of you guys. You pushed yourself. 9 sessions consistency. There were so many people like that. Now that's a proud achievement. Okay. Fine team. So chalo, let's go. And now there is one another thing. Okay. Next season that we will do, I'll just tell. I was speaking with somebody about this today. Okay. Next season that we take of this career program 7th November onwards. As part of that, one of the primary focus we are keeping 0 to 4 years of experienced working professionals. Okay. So, or anybody like who wants to get into the IT, or they did not get the right project experience in their previous jobs, or somebody who is like, okay, maybe gap as experience, they did not know the IT environments. So the primary focus will be 0 to 4 years related. We will share a lot of techniques from work perspective. Plus, on top of that, we will build this full system of our career transformation habits, plus from technical and insightful knowledge about 0 to 4 years experience. Okay? And I'll give you only that knowledge which I feel is really special. Okay? Matlab, I'll not share all the things which you can already find it on maybe internet, or somebody else can really give that knowledge. Maybe you can Google and get those things. So whichever I find based upon my full experience of 40 members which I have led, the target setting which I do for these people, and then so many interviews which I have taken. So I will cherry pick what needs to be brought, which will give special advantage to working professionals having 0 to 4 years of experience. So those kind of more content we will be introducing, plus this full lifestyle system of career transformation and all of that. Okay. So yes, it would give you a more career growth and benefit as well. And I guess you invite any of your friends who are really interested. But again, it's two things. So those techniques plus the lifestyle change will happen. It's not just one thing. Okay. So the main program will remain key forever. We should become different. But yes, we will do it from a career perspective, because I've spent 12 years in that. I have a lot of things where people go wrong. So we'll try to correct those as pointers. Okay. And another beautiful part is ki there is hope with, at least I see this, there is hope with 0 to 4 years of experienced people. Okay. And there will be very few people, okay, who are moving up, and then 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. slowly and steadily, the spark in the people dies down. That hungerness to grow and all, there will be very few people who push themselves very strongly, and maybe then they will be like in that attitude for even 20 years of experience. I've seen architects, brilliant people. I've seen many like top people. They are hungry for always learning. So somewhere my fire also did not go down. But unfortunately, in the industry, there are many people, they just become chill. Okay. And that's unfortunate truth of the industry. Okay. They feel like, "Arey, paisa aa raha hai, sab kuch ho raha hai, everything is nice. Why all these more things of life?" Okay. And that's a very dull way of living. So somewhere I'm lucky that I did not get into that trap. But the thing is, if you want to have meaning in your life, so you need to always have this fire burning in you. Something should be there. You want to have something. You need to grow, inspire yourself, and that has to happen. So at least statistically, I know that people having 0 to 4 years have this hunger. And if here itself on this hunger, we can put more kerosene and more wood, this will become a fire which will live for maybe next 10 years. So I think technically also this is the right place to put efforts because the future is going to be good. And if people are getting more seniors, you put efforts, they'll be like, ah, take. So this is how the attitude changes. So I'm really trying to strike the balance here. And let's see, I think we will end up making a very beautiful world. Okay, fine. Chalo, thank you everybody. And see you guys tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. 6 a.m. should not be compromised. Push yourself no matter how bad it gets, guys. Okay. Chalo, thank